Planning a trip to Algonquin, this is one video where you will get absolute idea of what to do, when to do, and this could be a day trip, 2 day, 3 day, hiking, camping, or canoeing. You will get all the information that is required so that you save time and you can do precisely what you want to do. So, if you are coming from Toronto or GTA, Highway 60, remember this, this is the place where you will hit. Most of the talking I'll do on the computer screen so that you get an idea of what I'm saying. So let's go to the computer screen. For visiting the Algonquin Park, this is the official website. The link will be there in the description. And here, even if you're doing a day use, you will have to take a permit. Without the permit, you will not be able to stop at any of the park spots. For you to camp, go backcountry, roofed accommodation, or group campsite, you will choose from one of these options based on your preference, and then you go and select the date. So this is an easy one. Also here, once you come down, here are the operating dates and the park campground location. The operating dates are mentioned here. This is the date between which the park will be available. So make sure you check this part. The most common question comes is, where do I stay? Again, it's your preference where you want to stay. If you want to book any of these park or campground, these are the option. You go and choose from the drop down from here. And if this is not your preferred option, you want to stay at motel, hotel, all of those. In that case, if you're going from Toronto or GTA, be it Brampton, Mississauga, Kitchener, Oakville, Hamilton, Niagara, any of these places, you will be going through this Barrie route in all probability. And the nearest town is Huntsville. It's a small town which is closest to Algonquin Park. If you like to have all the amenities, food options, this is a good place. You have all the quick service restaurant, and it's a beautiful small town. Downtown is again beautiful, so you can plan to stay here. Huntsville is about 40 kilometers short of Algonquin Park. Now during peak season, for example fall, this distance of 40 odd kilometer can be more than 1 hour if there are traffic on this highway 60. I'll talk about highway 60 in detail for you to know that Huntsville is one of the closest town where you can look for accommodation. The other option is on this highway 60, you have options of motel. These are no frill place. We stayed in one of the place for about 4 days, and it had all the amenities what is required for stay, comfortable enough and closer to the Algonquin location. So let me scale this up. This highway 60, this runs till here, you see. Whether you're doing a day trip or you're doing a long stay, one thing you have to remember is that there are limited food option on this highway 60. So as I said, Huntsville is the closest location where you have almost all the quick service restaurant. If you are particular about having a particular food, then the options are limited. And also during peak season, those limited options, when you go there, you will have a long wait time. So if you're heading to Algonquin, be prepared, or you can have contingency in place where you can carry some food along with you so that you're not wasting time looking for food. If situation arises, you have food options, but as I said, there are limited places, and figuring out place, waiting will take some of your time away from what you're doing. Coming back to the website, so if you're doing a day trip, once you're on this page here for the daily vehicle permit or day use facility, bus permit, based on what your options are, you will have to choose the location. And here it can get confusing because there's a long list what you see here. So if you're heading from Toronto or GTA, you just go and pick highway 60 corridor. This is a beautiful stretch, and why it is called Highway 60, that also you will get to see now. This road is the Highway 60, and this has the kilometer marking. It starts from 0. This is the entry point for Algonquin Park, and the kilometer signages you find on this route: 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It goes up till 56, which is a beautiful scenic road, especially during fog. If you're not stopping anywhere between, day use permit is not required. But if you're going to stop anywhere, you need to have a day use permit. If not, you will end up paying fine. If you're just passing by on this route from here and then you're returning and you're exiting the Algonquin Park, you don't require day use permit. But once you're in all probability, you will end up looking for spots. Now, I personally witnessed many ended up paying fine not having a valid permit, because you will end up spending time at any one of the place because it's so beautiful. You would want to stop, and when you stop, you will get the ticket. So don't be that person. Make sure you have the day use ticket much in advance. Now, when you're entering from Huntsville, this west gate is the place where you will find the information service, and the other place is around 45 kilometer here, Algonquin Visitor Center. So this is the Algonquin Visitor Center. These are the two places from where you can go and get information. Now let's talk about the trail part. Let me increase this. On Highway 60, you have all these trails, what you see here. The length is given, and then the rating shows the difficulty level. You can see this is easy, moderate, and difficult. When it says easy, we have been to these two places which shows easy with a 4-year-old. It's quite doable for family with kids and even elderly people. It's quite walk friendly. You can choose the trail which you want to do as per your desire. The kilometer what is shown here is the landmark on the Highway 60. As I showed earlier, it starts from 0, it goes till 56. So when you reach about 7.2 kilometer, that's where you will find Whiskey Rapid. And then any legend which shows like this is for the lookout. That is, when you reach a particular point, you will be able to see the entire landscape from an elevation. It looks beautiful, especially during fall. So you see hours, this shows how much time it's going to take, and the difficulty level is shown here. Green ones, as I said, we did with a 4-year-old, and we also did Peck Lake, which is moderate. It shows 2.3 kilometer and about 1.5 hours, which is true. The trail routes is narrow, and what makes it little difficult is that the entire route has these tree roots coming out, and that makes walking little difficult. For the 4 days that we stayed in Algonquin, we did, other than Peck Lake, two rivers. We did Spruce Bog Boardwalk. As you can see, Spruce Bog Boardwalk, it's a 1.5-kilometer loop, kids friendly, stroller friendly, and it's right on the Highway 60. This is quite a kids friendly trail, and easily stroller can be got here. My daughter has been enjoying, and I had a little conversation with one gentleman who was doing bird photography and shared a lot of insight about this place. Also could spot a bird which I was not aware is quite scarce in this part. This is Highway 60, and it's quite close to Highway 60, this trail, and you can see here, beautiful. This weekend is quite busy, and the permits have already been sold out for even the day use. So You can book 5 days in advance. I made a video on how to do that. Make sure you have the ticket 5 days in advance. You book, and then you plan to come to the trails.
And Algonquin Logging Museum.
And here you see marking showing trail this way. That's the parking for Algonquin Logging Trail Museum and the trail. And this is the entry to the museum.
So, with a 4 year old, we only planned these, and most of them were impromptu. We would see how we are feeling, how much energy the baby is having, and then we would decide to do the trail. You have a valid vehicle permit, which is a day pass. On that day, you enter the Algonquin Park, and if you want to do, for example, trail at Oxtongue River, you just go and park the vehicle, which is right here next to the road. And when you go there, again depends on how busy that season is. If you're going during peak of the fall, be rest assured finding a parking spot is going to be a challenge. Now, once you do the parking, from there you can just head for the trail. So each of these location, what is shown here, has parking spots right next to the road. So it's easily identifiable, and this kilometer marking will help you to reach the right location. When you're parking your vehicle at these location, you don't have to display any permit because you would be doing this online. This will be there on record with the park officials, and they come to the car, look at the license plate, and check their record. If it matches, all is good. If not, then you be ready to pay the ticket. If you have done this online, you have all the record and you won't have any problem. The day permit for Highway 60, you can have a stop anywhere on that particular day, and even if you have to go to interiors like Lake Opango.
Now I take a standing.
You can go and park your vehicle. So all this stretch, the entire stretch, is accessible with that day permit which you have.
This is the lookout trail.
Till here, till the east gate entrance. So hope this is helpful. In case you have any question or comment, do use the comment section and I'll be happy to respond. Thank you.